Can we start making our way down? We're going to have you sit on the floor. Thank you. We're going to have you sit on the floor in front of us in a semicircle. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So do I need to do this?
Yeah, you can.
Or can I just hold it in my hand?
Or you can just clip it to your shirt. Either one.
All right, cool. I'll do that. I mean, I'm sure you guys are going to get more questions than me.
To be determined.
All right. It's still morning, guys. Can you believe it? So good morning. Good morning. Nice. So we're using this part of the week of the camp, all right, to have our Q&A. So it's questions and answers. You guys got any questions? We're gonna try and provide answers for you. And if we can't, then we'll do our best to at least point you in the right direction, because we may know more, but we don't know everything. All right. So it's important that we say that now. And anyone that thinks they know everything, they got a lot to learn still. Okay, and that's life, not just basketball. So anyone that's got questions for any of us, please ask away. I have some questions that I want answers to as well, that maybe you want answers to and don't want to ask for whatever reason. All right, so we'll open the floor. I can see some hands up. We're gonna try and get through it quick as possible. We'll try and answer everyone's questions as best we can. We have just under 30 minutes, just under half an hour. So we'll try and get through that time. If you've got a question, please raise your hand and we'll try and get to you. If I miss you, then raise it a little bit higher. But yeah, let's get it started. I've got one there already. Ruben, let's go for you first. Yeah.
What are your guys' favorite basketball players?
Omar, you got the mic. You want to go first?
Growing up, it was Hakeem Olajuwon. I loved Magic Johnson, Kevin McHale, Larry Bird. Those players when I was really young. I'm the youngest of 7, so I have older siblings who watch basketball. They were probably before my time, but I just wanted to be like my older siblings who wanted to be like them. But Penny Hardaway, when I was in high school, and 8th grade in high school, posters on my wall, Orlando Magic stuff, wanted the shoes, wanted the whole thing, so it's mine.
I've got a mic already, so I can start here. But yeah, I'm a little bit younger, a little bit. Allen Iverson for me when I was growing up, yeah, he was like the idol. Another small guard, so kind of idolized that position. But also Kevin Garnett. If anyone's ever seen him play, like he gives 100% every single play. Any of the girls that play for me, we're speaking about that dog mentality this year. He brings that dog. Like he'll be there drooling and spitting and bleeding and still fighting for the ball. That's the kind of players that I love coaching, and yeah, those two for sure. Like it was the style and then it was the work. Yeah.
For me, you guys might not remember him, but Baron Davis. I was a lot bigger when I was in high school, and like when I was in college, like I was a lot very overweight, and Baron Davis was the same, but he was very skilled and very explosive. Kobe Bryant, his footwork and just his passion and dedication to the game. Like when I watch some interviews and he talks about, other people start their first workout at 10 a.m., but I would start my first one at 5, so that way I can rest and then start again at 9, and then rest and start again at 12. So I'm able to get 2 extra workouts, and then by the end of the summer, I've gotten 20% or 30% more workouts than everybody else just because of that. So I would say Baron Davis, Kobe Bryant, and then like modern NBA, I really like Devin Booker, just because his game is very simple. Catch and shoot, catch, one dribble, pull up. Yeah. What about you, Coach?
Growing up, my first real idol was Patrick Ewing. My father traveled with the Swedish national team to the US playing Georgetown, and Patrick Ewing was playing in Georgetown College. And the Swedish national team, the men's team, were playing young men in college. And Peter Andersson from the Swedish team shot a 3-pointer and missed, and ran back really hard because he wanted to play, and was taking the charge. And Patrick Ewing just ran the floor with the ball. He's like 210 or something like that. And he spread his legs and he jumped over Peter Andersson and dunked. After that, I've been a New York Knicks fan. And modern day, today, my absolute favorite player in the NBA is Jalen Brunson. He also plays in the New York Knicks, and why I think he's so good, he's obviously a great basketball player, but he's also a good idol for young players to have because he's not that tall. And he has great footwork, and so please check him out.
We had another question straight away here. Sorry, the question was, am I a coach here? I've not been doing enough work, man. Damn. Yes, I am a coach here in Åkersberga. Thanks in large part to Jessica, the mastermind behind everything that happens that's good here. Yeah, I've been here for 10 months, thereabouts. And yeah, I'm head of the girls program, and I head coach the women's team, under 19s, 17s, 15s. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, all of them. So yes, I am.
Who do you see up to the most? Who do you see up to the most?
Sorry, is that to me? Sorry, what's the question?
Who do you look up
Who do I look up to? Sorry, is that for all of us?
You can hold on to it.
Yeah, you can pass that around. Is that for us, for all of us? I got the mic. I guess I can start. To be honest, like I mean, I can point to these three guys right next to me. I mean, Jens, I guess I've met you 2 years ago. We first met at Sander, and we had a bit of as much as contact as you do at camp. You see us talking throughout the drills, and anyone that's been to Sander, it's a sleepover camp. So you get those evenings, which have those, and we speak and had a few emails. But obviously this year we met maybe a few times a week, and we talk hoops. Sometimes we complain about our players, and sometimes we go, I love my players, and sometimes we talk about the weather and everything else. But yeah, it's been nice, and yeah, everything he's been doing here with the men's has been incredible, and I've learned a lot from him. Beasley and Omar, we've known each other roughly about the same time, maybe 5 years, 4 years. Me and Omar used to work together in Richmond, in West London at a club there, one of the biggest clubs. But it's just guys that want to do good work for good, hard-working players. Like, it doesn't have to be anyone older or better or anything like that. It's just anyone that I feel that is about that work. I'll always look up to that person. It could be any one of you. I could go, wow. If I see you in 5 years and you've developed into an amazing young man, and you're doing maybe nothing to do with basketball, and you're living your best life and you're loving life, I'll be proud to have known you now. I'll be proud to see you then. I'll be like, oh man, yeah, Nico, man, like awesome, yeah.
For me, it's a couple of people. My high school coach. So when I was 16, I think, we got a new coach who came in, and it was life-changing for me and my friend group. Not just basketball. We went from a team that won 6 or 7 games to winning 17 and 20 games in a season, and winning the league and those things. But I learned that coaching and playing basketball and being part of a team is much more than just the sport. I feel like I've talked a lot about that stuff this week, but a lot of it goes back to that coach, Rob Matula, who I worked for, or who I played for in high school. It was just, again, life-changing, opened my eyes on lots of things. And then probably the biggest is my uncle. He played professionally in the NBA for a little bit, and then overseas. He coached professionally in France for 30 years. I had the opportunity to go and see what a training camp was like when I was like your age, and I wouldn't be in Europe if it wasn't for him, kind of teaching me that it's okay. Like, he married a French woman. They have kids who are French and American, and just thinking that the world is bigger than what is just around you. So, and then obviously basketball. He was giving me basketball books when I was your age. So I feel like it gave me a head start because I wasn't very developed. A lot of you are better than I was at 15, surely at 13 and 14. I wasn't very good, but I had, I felt like I had the secrets. I had books. I was reading basketball books and learning things. So when my body caught up with my brain, I was able to be better.
For me, it was probably my older brother. I was raised in a single-parent household, so just my mother. And she had my brother when she was 14. So my older brother, by the time he was like 15, he had a job. By the time he was 16, he bought his first car. Graduated first in our family, our whole family, to go to college. Now he's married with kids, and I always looked at him like, yo, I want to do what he's doing. So when I was 15, I tried to get a job, saved to get my first car. He played basketball, but he didn't continue with it. But he was my first like role model because like off the court, he was a good dude. He handled his business in school. Like he helped my mom out with things, and I always like thanked him for that. And he's still a role model for me to this day. And then my other role model, Jason Seeley, this Caribbean guy from New York. When I was about 21, that's when I actually started to get good. But he was able to teach me like how to be professional about everything. Like he was able to instill in me the mentality that like you're a pro by how you carry yourself. Like in every room that you walk into, you never know who's going to be in that room, so you need to carry yourself in a way that shows that you are a professional, shows that you belong there. And then on top of the mentorship that he was able to give me off the court, really changed my life. And then piggybacking off of what Noah said, I really find mentors in like everybody I meet, you know, like Jessica over there, like seeing how she does things. I'm like, yo, like I want to take some of those traits, you know, Jens and how he cares about his players. I'm like, yo, I like that. You know, Noah and Omar, there's certain things, like you said, like anybody you meet can be a role model or a mentor. It's up to you to decide if you're going to take those lessons that they have and apply them to your life.
Great. Well spoke. Same for me. I try to learn from everybody. I may be a bit older now. I'm 53 and I'm still learning the game. Some smart man or woman said that you never catch up with the game. The game is still always ahead of you. So I'm trying to learn. I've learned a lot this camp from you guys, seeing and helping you get better from this not brilliant, but good basketball minds. And if I would choose one person I really look up to, is my father. My father taught me that you don't have to be tall or have long arms or those stuff you can't do anything about. We are born as we are born, tall or short, but we can fight. And my father taught me and my team at a really young age that we could play hard and win lots of games with I don't want to use the less talent, but not as gifted that somebody was 2 meters. Our centers was like 190 centimeters, and we took silver in the SM as a team, silver in the Scania Cup, Nordic Championship. And nobody played in SBL, nobody was in the national teams, but we had a hell of a career anyway. And the most important part, we're still friends. That team, we're still friends. We invite each other. We knew midsommar, we're going to meet, we're going to talk basketball, how it was when we won the tournaments and stuff like that. So basketball is winning games, it's also meeting friends.
Let's go. Can we pass it to the back there, Noah?
Like colleges in the US, how does like a kid in Sweden get like seen and get like the opportunity to play in USA and like, yeah.
You got it. You want me to start? Okay. I think that's a multifaceted question. There's a lot of moving pieces that need to happen. Of course, one, you got to be skilled enough to play. They're a lot bigger. They're a lot stronger. Raise your hand here if you've lifted weights before or you're on a weightlifting regimen. Okay, awesome. In the States, there's...
Can I ask that again?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you regularly lift weights. Yeah, a lot less hands. So yeah, lifting weights once or twice. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but like
every week, like a few times. Yeah, again, less again. Yeah.
So like in the States, I mean, start lifting weights 12, 13 years old, right? In the States, skill development is a lot bigger thing, so players are very skilled. But if you're in Sweden and you're trying to play in the States, one, obviously you got to be skilled, but two, you have to treat yourself like a business, as in you have to become a brand, right? Like we all have, are aware of social media and how that is, right? just by making yourself known through social media and networking and meeting different coaches, like for example, coming to camps with other coaches, right? Like that's kind of how you kind of get your name out there, different events. I'm pretty sure like your Knights team, I think you guys were talking about, you took some teams to Boston to go and play. Your grades got to be right. So you got to make sure you keep your grades up. There's so many moving pieces. I'm going to pass it down, and then maybe you guys will kind of spark more things. But
I guess the first is, you know, like Beasley said, is you have to get noticed, and the way you get noticed is you're skilled or your teams win. So if your team wins, you go to higher levels. We're talking about the Nordic Championships, and then there's more eyes on you. You guys have the benefit of social media, so you can post a workout, or you can tag a coach, you can ask a question. But knowing someone, getting seen, so like just seeing people here, I have people that I played with, that I played for, and that played for me that are now coaches in the U.S. on the college level, all divisions, 1, 2, 3, NAIA, JUCO, all that stuff. And they ask, coaches ask. So, you know, we talked about listening, paying attention, doing things the right way in camp. All the time coaches will ask me, you got any kids? You got any players? I need some players. I need a big. I need a guard. What do you have? What's going on? You know, I can say, oh, there's this kid Nico, like blah blah blah. He always plays hard, like this, or oh, we need this. But you have to do something, because as coaches, we're putting our name and our reputations on the line. So it's like, you know, there's this Nico kid I saw in Sweden, but he just doesn't play hard. So like he doesn't have to worry about that. But if you are a player who doesn't play hard, then you have concerns. So it's going to be more difficult for you. But I would just say, like Coach Beasley said, keep working on your game, get skilled. There's negatives, like Coach said, like in the U.S., you lift at an earlier age, there's some more, I guess, focus or intense structure to the basketball, but there's also a lot more people, a lot less attention than you get here. Here you can get the one-on-one time or the coach-to-player ratio that you can get here. We've been talking about like the gym availability. It's amazing. People would kill for that in the U.S. So take advantage on what you have. Everything isn't always better. It's just different, and there's different avenues to get there. So, I guess, and on that, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. There's some kids that I coach in Slovenia that were trying to get to camps in the U.S., university camps. Some kids that are trying to go to elite camps. That if I can do anything to help, I'll do it to help you.
and I'll even. Did you have something?
No, I want to move on to the next question.
Okay. I just wanted to add, like, you have to be willing also to make that sacrifice, because there's also players who, and I've seen it multiple times, they made the sacrifice to come to the States for maybe a couple weeks or a month to work out with other coaches and other programs just so they can get that exposure. Because, you know, through social media and through, you know, film, you can only see so much about a player. But if you're willing and able to make that sacrifice to like go to the States, and maybe you can connect with the program to where the coach can actually see you. And again, remember, you're your own brand. So if you can go somewhere and be like, hey, this is who I am, and they see you work out and they're like, oh, okay, like let's keep that in mind, right? I think he talked about like exposure camps. I think there's a camp here in Sweden that they talked about, Next Level. I'm not sure that that's necessarily an exposure camp, but there's camps in the U.S. where there's college coaches there. There's colleges that have open invitational camps. So, like for example, the University of Boston will have a camp where the coaches are running the camp and they're inviting anybody, any and everybody can sign up for this camp so they can actually see you. So, taking advantage of those opportunities where the coaches can actually see you play.
We're gonna move it on. Yes, right here. Can we move the microphone over?
Pass the mic.
For how long have you played, or when did you start playing?
I organized playing. I didn't start really until 8th grade, I think. How old is an 8th grader? I don't know, 13, and then I didn't get serious until probably the next year, till 14 is when I got serious playing. I'm 41 now. I don't play high. I don't play anything besides recreation now. But I was a late starter, so there's always time.
Yeah, I started a little bit younger. I was quite young. I think probably from my mom was like, here's a ball, get out the house. Maybe like 10, 11. And then probably about 12 when I started playing for a team. Play like National League up until like 16, 18. Play for my university, and then after university kind of stopped for a number of years, and then play just like you said, just for fun.
For me, I started playing like 4th grade. I was pretty good in 4th grade. I mean, I feel like that young. 4th grade is what, 10 years old, 11 years old. At that age, I mean, if you can dribble with both hands, you're pretty elite. But by the time I got to middle school, everybody caught up to me. I wasn't a gym rat like I am now. When I got to high school, I didn't make my freshman team, didn't make the sophomore team. As a junior, I was on JV, which is like the second team. And then as a senior, I only averaged 4 minutes a game and 2 points a game. So trash, absolutely trash. Then I get to college, I walk onto a team, I don't play, took a year off of school, and that's when I really learned what skill development was. That's when I really fell in love with the process, being in the gym 3-4 times a day. Then walked on to another school, had a great career there. Then played briefly overseas in Spain and Italy, and then played semi-pro in Florida back in the States. And then ever since then, I've been coaching. I've been coaching for like 8 years. But, I mean, I still play now. Potentially will be playing here. We'll see if we can make something happen. But, yeah, that's kind of my journey in a nutshell.
Cool. Yeah. Seeing me today, maybe nobody thinks that I have played, but I have played. I started playing in Åkersberga when I was 8 years old, and as I said, we had a really good team. So we played 4 Stockholm finals, 1 Scania Cup final, and 1 SM final. I was actually in the All-Star team in the Scania Cup twice, which is quite good. Then I went to Sanda Basket Gymnasium, played there for 2 years. And but I got hurt after the gymnasium, so I played, but as Omar said, only in recreational, so most for fun. So I played with Division 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 here in Stockholm, but I started coaching when I was like 30 years old, so I coached for like 23 years now.
Okay, sorry, can we get the microphone over here?
What's your favorite basket shoes?
Good question.
I'll answer first. Anything that has traction and is very lightweight. I don't have a favorite shoe.
Yeah, anything that's good traction. Generally, anything Nike.
Call me superficial. I like the Jordan 11s, and then I'm a big fan of Kobe's. I left the Kobe's at home. Maybe August I'll bring the Kobe's.
Kyrie's are comfortable. I like Kyrie's.
Adidas Top 10, it was a shoe from the 90s, and I wear them outside. They're not good playing basketball in.
That's a good question.
Do you have another one here? Yeah. Pass it over.
As a player, what are your thoughts before a game?
Good, like that question.
That's a really good question.
I really like that question, by the way. I guess like visualization or like try and stay calm. Everyone's a little bit different. Like you trying to get like in the zone or whatever that is for you. Some players are very superstitious and they do certain things in a certain order every single time. I wasn't really like that. I was just like make sure I'm stretching and warming up well. Eat the right kind of food before. I guess like for me, it's all about like preparation. If you do the preparation, like it's a test, right? You study for the test, then I'm okay with the outcome. If I don't study, then I can't complain about the outcome. I can be mad, but then I got to be mad at past me. So for me, it's about making sure I'm prepared, my body and my mind.
I was actually just speaking with my brother about this. I used to try to be so focused, so dialed in, so serious, and it just really wasn't working. This is like long years of this is the way to do it, because you're especially in America, I feel like, or like the Michael Jordan or the Kobe, or I'm going to do this, and it just didn't work. And then I had added pressure because I wanted to play in college and get a scholarship. And so then the best thing for me was to be loose. I would be silly in the locker room. I would joke around with my teammates before games. In pregame, I would stay on task, but in warm-ups, I had a smile on my face and just was joyous, like enjoying that this is a game. We play a game. It's a very serious game. It's important, but like for me, that's when I really started to take off, was like, it's not that serious. It's a game. People have much harder things to deal with, and my production just skyrocketed. So for me, it was being loose and being relaxed.
Kind of like Omar said, like when I was in college, it was very serious. Like I was determined to prove everybody wrong because I was a scrub in high school and all these things. But once I had my injury in college, it kind of like opened my eyes to like, whoa, like this is a game. At any point in time, this could be taken away from me. So like, let's enjoy it and let's have fun. So like, very lighthearted now. Like I'm having fun, moving around, but it's definitely the visualization piece. During warm-ups, I'm usually like light and heavy, a couple minutes before, tip off, I kind of sit there and kind of go through the game. Hey, what are some of the sets? What are some of the shots that I want? How is my defender, how are my opponents planning on playing me? Or am I going to get a double team this game? Oh, the person guarding me smaller, so let me try to take him in the post. So I'm kind of visualizing how and what I'm going to do and how I expect the outcome to be.
I remember being almost have this anger. So it's like us against them. Really dog mentality. I refer to my father again. We really wanted to win. So we and it was a team thing. We gathered together in the locker room and it was like, we're gonna take them down. We want to play hard. We want to play defense. We're going to throw our bodies around, chasing loose balls, chasing rebounds. I was so psyched up. So I'm glad to hear, because it's so good that you say this, Omar, because now when you're coaching, you realize that every person is different. So as a coach, you have to say, okay, some players need to be angry to play. Some players need to be happy to play. Some players are nervous in the start of the game. And some players, yeah, hey, I have, when you see our men's team play, and we're about here, 3 or 4 are shooting real hard. And I have Arvid Lindgren, Joel Halling, they are like, we're not warming up until 20 minutes before the game. And we have to respect that as coaches, because we're different. So well, I didn't know if I answered the question. Yeah.
in your way.
Yeah, for sure.
Anton, we're going to go you, and then we'll go Honya in the middle there. Yeah. Oh, can we get the mic over this side? Pass it on, please.
Why did you start coaching?
Sorry, one more time.
Why did you start coaching? Why?
Sorry, why did we start coaching? I guess for me, like I said about playing, like I was never going to be anything special. I always played because I loved it. Like I love working hard and getting something out of that, and that's one of the things I loved about basketball. But coaching, like I said, when I stopped playing at university, had a number of years like living abroad and traveling around and just kind of, I guess the phrase is like, finding yourself. I think that's the phrase people always use. And then once I kind of stopped just kind of learning about life, I was like, okay, what do I want to do? What makes me happy? I really love basketball. I can't like sit in an office and do that kind of job. That's just not for me. So I had a good think. Okay, I love basketball. How can I be involved in basketball? I'm not going to be a player. Okay, all right. How do I give back to the people and the thing that's given me a lot of things, whether it's discipline or accountability, lots of life lessons. I was like, okay, well let's try this coaching thing. So, yeah, that was really the reason why. I volunteered at a club for like a year for free. I met this guy. It was quite fortuitous. Shout out Jose. He had an all-women's club. It was great in West London. And yeah, I volunteered for free. It started like one evening a week. And then after a few months, I was running a lot of stuff. Doing a lot of practices. And then it's built from there. And it's been a number of years since then. But yeah, I guess giving back and watching young people grow. watching young people develop. You know, I've got all the girls pretty much here from August. But any player that's been working hard this week, all of you, it's watching the development. It's you put the work in, and now you see that, you see that grow. It's amazing.
I really like basketball at a young age. Like the details of basketball, the X's and O's, the strategy. I had no clue that I would get into coaching. I studied environmental science, and kind of like Noah said, I can vividly remember I was a sophomore in college. I was just named the captain, which was a big deal being younger, and I'm like in an ecology 300 and something, and we're watching water filtrate through different rocks and soil types, and I was like, I do not want to do this for the rest of my life. But I still didn't realize coaching was it, and I just really like basketball. And then also, like Noah said, being able to connect and help with people. A couple of my friends said I should still become a teacher, but I get to teach and connect through coaching. So that's my answer.
Yeah, so for me, I went to school for criminal justice. I wanted to be a lawyer. So I did some internships with some law firms and like the lawyers at the government level, and I was like, yeah, I don't like this. I noticed the people who got into the system rarely got out of the system, and I was like, yo, if there's a way that I can reach people, young people, before they get into trouble, I would like to do that. And then I stumbled into coaching. Yeah, it was like I was always in the gym. So like when I got to college, after our first year, we had some success. We started bringing some recruits in, and I was in charge of like bringing them in, showing them the campus, telling them about the school, and like getting the team together to like train together, to practice together. And I like really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the teaching part of it. And I just kind of stumbled into coaching. I moved to Florida. There's a test that you have to take to go into law school, so I was studying for that test. I was like down bad, as in like I was broke, like I was very, very poor. Then one of my mentors and good friend of mine, K.O. Santos, he's like, yo, like you should just start coaching with us. And I'm like, yeah, but like, am I gonna get paid though? He's like, maybe, we might be able to work something out. But I just like fell in love with it. Like there's no better place to be than in a gym day in and day out, like getting some work in. And again, like both of these guys said, just developing players like on and off the court to become better individuals. And like after seeing like the first wave of students that I had go from high school to now like starting their own businesses, to like starting families, it's like, yo, like it's almost like parenting them in a sense, but I'm not their parent, but it's like that same rewarding and joy factor. So that's kind of why I continue to coach.
I started coaching when I couldn't play anymore. I hurt my hamstring, and it broke 3-4 times a year. I was about turning 30 years old. So I love this game so much. I've gotten so much from it, and I wanted to be around it. And I also really saw the persons working in Åkersberga basket before and giving me stuff. And now I want to carry that torch. I want to give back to the club, make the club grow, and help you guys that plays in the club, and you guys coming up from out to our camps. Just help as much as I can, because that's coaching.
I think we've got time for about 2 more questions if we keep them quick. Only we said we'll come to you. Yeah, can we get the mic here, please? Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What kind of players were you when you used to like play? Were you like a big or point
Oh yeah,
guard,
yeah. Let me answer that. I played big. Yeah. Nah. I mean, I was a guard. Obviously, I'm not gonna play anything but a guard. I like to have the ball in my hand, but I like to pass. Not always successfully. But yeah, I like getting the assist. I want to score a couple of buckets, but like getting the assist for me. Yeah, especially when you got like good shooters, like just get the ball out for sure.
At your age, I was a post. I was inside. When I got to college, I played perimeter. I played the small forward and a lot of point forward. Similar to Noah, I like to pass. I'm probably thing I'm most proud of, I think it was my junior year. I led our conference in assists playing small forward. So yeah, I guess that's probably it. They nicknamed me my first year of college playing like Big Basics. Like that was my nickname. So I would shot fake and pass and pump fake and pivot and all that stuff.
When I was in high school, like I said, I was a lot bigger, so I actually played in the post, which might have been the reason why I didn't get a lot of playing time. But eventually developed into a guard. I would say my play type was more like a LeBron type, as in like I can score when I want to, but I prefer to pass. Like in college, I pretty much averaged close to a triple-double, like points, rebounds, and assists. But yeah, I just like at this point now, I'm just trying to get buckets. Like I'm just trying to score, but I can distribute and I will distribute.
Yeah, I obviously don't play anymore, but I was tall in 6th grade. In sjätte klass, I was 1.83 as I am now. So I played a bit of a power forward. I was a scorer and a good defender. Then everybody outgrew me, so suddenly I was the shortest guy in the team. So I had to develop my handles and be a good passer.
I think we got time for one more question from you guys. But you already asked one, so we'll go here. Can we get the mic all the way this side? Where is it? Yeah.
What's your favorite basketball movie or series?
What was the question?
Favorite basketball movie or series?
Go ahead, coach. That's tough.
Can we? Hold on, can I don't want to take your question away from you. Who here has ever watched a film about basketball? Okay, cool. That's good. Cool. Let's try and answer quickly, and then can we recommend some? Because I reckon we can recommend some that were made before you're even born.
Okay, the title ain't true, but White Man Can't Jump.
I'll probably go Space Jam. Not the new one. Definitely not the new one.
I turned that off.
I haven't seen the new one.
I watched 4 minutes of it or something. Really? It's trash? Or that what? Yeah. It's trash. Oh man. I forgot the spot now. I'm just thinking about he got game. That's really good.
I'm gonna go 2 with his He Got Game. Not just because it's a great movie, but personally, one of my teammates, we were teenagers, I think 16, 17, and there was a group of friends, and we didn't get called to go out and hang out with them, so we were like, man, let's go see He Got Game. Well, they went out and caused some trouble and got in trouble and got arrested, and it's like the movie He Got Game partially kind of saved us and galvanized us, and so we were then always going to the gym and doing that. And then I liked loving basketball when you're a high school kid, you got a girlfriend, it's loving basketball.
Loving basketball.
Love him, yeah. So we're getting done for the questions, but Coach, you said you wanted to ask a question.
Yes, you can just shout out your answers, and I don't know if anyone will, but what's something us as coaches that we can do? It doesn't have to just be us specific; it can be any coach to help you or to make it easier for you or to make you better. Are there things that come to mind that you would like us as coaches to do? Be nicer. That's a good one.
Hanya, do you deserve it? No. Can you go?
Coach here.
Sorry?
Start the coach here.
These guys, we're working on it.
I'll be back in August.
We're working on it.
Anything else?
Anyone else? Nothing?
Dang, we're perfect. I love it.
So yeah, does that mean we've done everything right and we're perfect? I don't know about that. Thanks, girls. Appreciate it.
I want to ask one question to you guys real quick.
Yep.
What's something that you would tell your younger self as a basketball player?
School is shorter than you think it is. The time you're in school is like not even 10% of your life. Shorter. When you're in school, you think, oh my God, I want the day to be over. Okay, oh my God, I can't wait to leave school. Do I even want to go to college? Do I want to go to university? That's not for everyone. It's for some people. But study hard, get good grades. It will open more doors later in life. Yeah, like take it serious. It's such a short amount of life.
Quality over quantity. friends, time spent in the gym, whatever it is, make it quality. The reps, make it quality. Whatever it is, quality over quantity. Now, if you can have both, that's awesome. But quality over quantity, that's what I would tell myself.
Dear Jens Larsson, please stretch your hamstrings. Because I got hurt and it ended my playing too early. And it's these guys have said several days now, take care of your body. And not only your body, but your mind. Give yourselves time to sleep, time to hang out with friends, time to tell that girl or boy that I actually like you, and stuff like that. Don't waste it.
That's good. That's really good.
Can we just say thank you to all the coaches and thank you to everyone asking questions. So thank you so much. Please stay seated while you listen. It is now lunchtime. Okay, it's now lunchtime. Please stay seated just for the next 60 seconds. Coaches, you're gonna go grab who you want. You're gonna grab who you want. Okay, you're gonna go. Some of you are gonna be grabbed right now. Okay, to work out at lunch. Everyone else, it's normal lunch rules. Wash hands, food up there or canteen. Stay off the court until otherwise asked. Okay, great questions. Thank you for being so patient. Can we get another round of applause, please? Good job. Well done. Cool. All right.
Confidence, and you don't have to have that. Honestly, like if you have, a lot of times confidence is a result of successful repetition. So if you do something and you do it well and do it correct, you'll get better. If it's math or reading, I think I used that with you with reading. When you first started to learn to read, you weren't good, right? You didn't know how to read. It's a process. But the more you read, the easier reading became. And then you can read without thinking about it. It's the same with basketball. If you do it more and more and more,